know something bad is going to happen. Huh?
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Wild Plug. Today we got a really special guest. It is an honor of having him with us today. As you know, the hip-hop culture is all about uniting together. Every voice counts. So check this out.
Got like 45, got like glowing live, got like indie tribe. I done pick a side, it's a tricky ride. Oh yeah, do my thing, oh yeah, do my thing. Binky sticking, work ain't finished, stay committed while doing my thing that's real. I can't stand to see how people lie to me, how can it be? Broke my trust, familiar tables turn eventually.
Yo man, it's really a pleasure to have you. As I just said earlier, tell us a bit about yourself.
What's up everyone, my name is Christian and I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma here in the United States, and I am a rapper. I make music in the Christian rap genre. That's a little bit about me. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Never been there. What kind of music do you listen to? I like all types of different music. Everything from EDM to country to pop to rap. I would say the majority of my stuff that I listen to is rap, just because I'm in the genre. I like to keep up with the new things that are coming out. I like to look at the old stuff that has already came out and kind of blend the two. But I would say within my lyric writing, a lot of influence actually comes from pop music, just because I think pop music has a lot of catchy hooks. And so I like to put that within my rap music, just so that the songs are memorable, easy to rap to for fans and everyone listening. So that's a little bit of influence that I put into my rap music, but obviously, a lot of rappers influence all of my rap music. Interesting taste. And what made you want to be part of music? I've always loved music ever since I was a little kid. And every time a good song with a good beat would come on, I would start dancing. And so I just love high energy, dope beats, and I even started making them whenever I was in middle school, high school, started making beats and stuff like that. And then when I got into college, I started actually making beats on, I used Studio One for a while, then I switched over to Logic. And then after some time of making beats, some buddies of mine were like, hey, you should put some lyrics to it. So put some lyrics to it and then came up with my first actual song. And then after that, I was like, let's go, let's keep doing this. Okay. And who are your influences? So I categorize the people who influence me and influence my music. Lyrically, definitely have Eminem.
Everything always happens for a reason. I guess it was never meant to be, but it's just something we have no control over, and that's what destiny is.
You have Tech 9.
Oh, you got hit up, nigga, don't think that it's real. I hit your block and dump the bliggy out the fed. Oh yeah.
I like NF.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says.
And so those guys really kind of influence my lyrics, my lyricism. When it comes to beat, definitely I love the cinematic type stuff, just because I own a video production company, so I love an eye for cinematography, and I love film scores. So I think combining film scores and hip-hop music was such a cool thing that NF kind of pioneered. And so I think that is a genre that many people aren't tapping into yet. I think because it still kind of has that name of that's an NF type song. If you use cinematic elements mixed in with hip-hop music, I think that there's a huge space for it. Since he's the only one creating music in that space, I think that there is a lot of space for other people to start joining in, especially since he only releases about every 2 years or so. So I think that there's a lot of space for other creators. So that's kind of who influences me in that level. Other people who influence me within their music, I love Andy Mineo.
In the gym, getting brolic. At the party, won't bother anybody.
Specifically within the Christian space, I think that there has been something good that's come out of it, which are not labels but groups. So things like Indie Tribe.
Y'all just lying, I'm Daniel, I said bite all that.
Or the Glow Collective.
I've been reading out the snakes, you won't catch me on. We've been lighting up the bank, you look cat on that airtime. God on top, I'ma give them all this best time.
Things like that. I think it's really cool to be able to have a group of people to push each other. Since there are a lot of independent people in the spaces, I think that having a group together can really help push people forward, and also, you know, their followers become your followers become their followers, and then you can just grow together. It's a lot easier to grow. So I think that that has been a way forward for a lot of people. I don't necessarily see it too much within the secular rap industry, just because I think that you know, secular rap, there's a lot of people signed to a lot of different labels, and a lot of you know, different groups of people that like certain artists. And I think within the Christian sphere, there's not that much of a demand within record labels for Christian rappers. So I think a lot of us are independent. That's why we've kind of gone the route of creating groups. So I think a lot of those groups tend to have really creative ideas. And so I think that those are huge influences within my content, as well as some of the music that I make, some of my lyrics, just because instead of having one mind writing a song, creating content, you have 4 different minds coming together, seeing what they can create together. And usually when you have a team of people, they create something that's astronomically better in all regards when it comes to music. So I think that those are definitely influencers within my world.
What did you do as an artist till today?
I also run a video production company based here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's called wickmediastories, and so I film everything from commercials to hype sports promo videos to interviews and things like that. And so I really have a creative eye whenever it comes to cinematography, and I like to bring that over into my content creation whenever I, you know, create music. I think that Connor Price,
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning.
and other people in that space have done really great jobs within content creation, where they create a story and use characters to market their music, other than just throwing a lot of money, you know, at marketing and different labels and trying to get, you know, licensing deals and things like that. So I really adopt a lot of video content and creation into my music today, which is really cool. And so I'm excited to see where both, you know, end up one day.
Video content creator, that's very nice. What do you think about trap music?
I think it's cool. I think trap music definitely has a really cool beat. I would say for me personally, I'm not that big into trap music, but I do occasionally like to listen to it. There are a few different, you know, Christian trap artists that have really permeated that space that I really like, such as 1K Few.
Trap it out. Church house, same right next to that trap house. Let's go. East side of the cater. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Guys say pop your flavor. What he said. Pop it till kingdom come.
And different people, you know, in his space, I think that they're doing a really great job. But I would say I don't know too much about the trap industry, so that's all I have to say.
Do you like the Christian drill rap?
I think Christian drill rap is pretty cool. So I've seen a lot within the Christian hip hop space. A lot of artists, especially independent artists, are trying their hand in different genres. So I've seen some artists like Caleb Gordon.
Yesterday gone, don't think about the past. Didn't know who I was under the mask.
And different people try some hip hop songs, maybe mixed with, you know, some reggae undertones, or some hip hop songs mixed with some drill. So it's really cool to be able to see the collaboration, such as KB.
Levels on levels, I leveled again. The rebel will rebel, the rebel in him. The energy special, I'm settled within. I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it again.
ESO, they've done a couple collaborations I think are awesome.
Talk nice, no. Nah, I don't want to hear no talk about ratchets. This one verse might cause some static. Look at my fit like John the Baptist.
I would say SO is like the biggest, you know, Christian drill rap that I know of. But I think it's really cool to see different styles, you know, overseas and then here, you know, in the West, be able to collab. I think that's really cool because a lot of times, you know, people just stay in their pockets, in their corners, but to see the collaboration, I think that's super cool and actually creates something that is new, that we've never heard, and that people really enjoy and seem to be resonating with. So I think that we need to see more of that.
Which artist gave you the vibes that you expect in a song?
I'd say the first time I heard Tech 9 was pretty crazy.
We gon' show what we about. All my niggas really gangbang. Talk that damn slang. Rap about it, do the same thing. Let your nuts hang. We gon' pull up, nigga, on the lane. On Saturday. We gon' stop, we don't do the race. You gon' gotta.
I thought his flow was insane. It's definitely different than Eminem's, but it has that really fast start, stop flow to it, which is really cool. So the first time I heard it, I was like, whoa, this is really cool. So then I just went down his whole catalog.
Which song struck you the most by its bars and punchlines?
There's two names within the Christian hip hop space that stand out to me that I've listened to and that I follow on Instagram that I think have the best bars, have the best punchlines, even I think rival with secular music. And I'll get to why I think that is in a bit, but the two names are, the first one is J Monty.
Just on one of the chosen children, they got the wrong intention. Roller engine, told me pick my soul of the system, so I went to the solar system.
Dude is crazy. He has crazy bars, crazy alliteration, just very creative in how he writes his lyrics. To me, it would take an extremely long time to do that, to do what he does. So I think that he is doing a really great job. Second person would be Abel.
Put a sock in the mouth of any devil that talk nonsense. I just need clarity in my conscience, please. I ain't feeling this illegitimate innocence. Love of sin is the sinister center of things assembling.
They both are a little similar in the sense of they'll take a word, and then they'll take another word that sounds like this word and then maybe it has a different meaning, and they'll put those two together to create a bar, and it's pretty cool how they do that. I think it's very creative. I think that those guys have the best punchlines, best bars within the CHH space, and other people too, like John Keith.
You see an icon, okay. I see a man down. I was on Hammond Boulevard, stand up, look, hands on, real wizard like Gandalf.
No big deal.
They say preach, they say church when I'm testifying. Hear you running at the mouth, that's a lot of mileage.
They also have pretty great bars too, but I'd say Abel and J Monty, those two guys, top notch. I think they're totally underrated, and they should be popping off. The reason why I said that the two best people with the best bars and the best punchlines were Christian artists, the reason why I say that that's the case usually more than secular artists is because of a book I read while in college called The Fortune at the Bottom of the Pyramid. So taking that same model from that book basically states that people in third world countries usually are more creative than people in first world countries because they have to do more with less, versus in first world countries they can do whatever they want with unlimited resources almost. And so usually if you run any data or statistics, you'll find that people at the bottom of the pyramid, meaning the poorest of the poor, usually are the most creative because they have to figure out how to survive and really use their creativity when it comes to just everyday things, food, clothing, living, shelter. So bringing that model into the hip hop world versus the secular and the Christian hip hop, I think that there's a lot of push within the secular world of rappers that are signed to labels. There are, plenty of independent, rappers within the secular hip hop space, but I think that there is definitely a huge niche of Christian independent rappers, and I think that the drive for Christian independent rappers to become full-time artists is kind of like that same model at the bottom of the pyramid. Is they don't have the big label, they don't have the big recognition, they don't have the connections, they don't have the influence. So what they have to do is use their creativity to blow up on TikTok, blow up on Instagram, to create the best verse, to have the coolest video, they're using all their resources, all from creativity, and not only that, but creating groups like Indie Tribe, Glow. You have different people creating different groups, using different creativity that you really don't see in the secular world because there's so much money, there's so much influence, there's so much marketing that can go into it versus the Christian hip hop. So it's kind of a DIY, which is why I think that Christian artists are really coming up, because a couple of those guys have the best bars, best punchlines. I've even seen them, some of the best, most cinematic videos come from Christian artists. People like Cinematox, who have filmed with Indie Tribe and No Big Deal. I think they're pretty good. There's another guy, Eli Vargas. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but he's an animator within CHH, works a lot with creating animated videos for rap songs within the CHH world, and he's the best animator I've seen on Instagram so far.
What would you choose between hip hop, boom bap, street pop, rap, trap, and drill?
I would choose boom bap because to me, what makes a great rap song, number one, are your lyrics. And I think boom bap, you know, it has the same style of beat, but I think really what shines best are your lyrics with boom bap. So I think that I'd have to choose boom bap.
You know the Christian rapper Todd McRae? If not, go to YouTube and type Cardi B, Kodak, Yellow, Remix, and tell me what you think about it.
I suggest you guys digest the rhymes. I flex and mind your best for life. Look at what I do. I progress in Christ, invest my life. I'm blessed and bright. Just look at my eyes. Look at my eyes.
Before this interview, I did not know who Todd McRae is. I did look him up before this interview, and dude is dope. He has great lines, great bars, great sounding voice. He's really cool. I like how he does the remixes. I think that is a good way to market yourself. Definitely, especially on YouTube, on TikTok. I think it's a great way to market yourself. And then transitioning into creating your own music, you know, definitely that's kind of what Connor Price did and some other people. So I think that is a great tool to use, and I think he's awesome.
I think he's going to be really appreciating to hear that. Todd McRae, you know how it is. Shout out to you. What do you think about the Wild Plug handled by AK Studio trying to connect Europe with the United States and vice versa?
I think the Wild Plug is awesome. I didn't know who they were until they reached out to me, but then I started going through their page and seeing what they do. I think it's really cool to be able to reach out and connect, especially overseas, in different genres and different worlds almost. It's the same thing, hip-hop, you know, hip-hop in Europe, hip-hop in United States, Canada, wherever, you know, reaching out and collaborating. I think that's super awesome because you're able to take fans who love hip-hop over here, fans who love hip-hop over here, and maybe haven't crossed much, maybe haven't heard different styles, and then merge the two together, creating like super fans, which I think is super awesome what you guys are doing, connecting people, giving people a voice, being able to share updates of what's going on in the space. I think what you guys are doing is awesome.
Do you have anything to say to the Europeans that are watching you right now?
I say if you're watching right now, if you're an independent artist, I would say look up other independent artists, see what they're doing, because people who are succeeding as an independent artist, you can see their track record of how they got there, and I would say follow that. Make it your own, but follow the same guideline. To anyone else watching who's maybe not an artist, I would say, you know, kind of expand your horizon a little bit. Look up secular artists, look up CHH artists, look up different artists in drill, boom bap, you know, trap, different genres within the space, just to see, you know, how people do it differently, just so you can expand your creativity, expand your ears, expand what you listen to, and I think you'll be able to find some people that you really resonate with, and you know, their message that they present.
Random question: if you had to do something for humanity, what would it be?
I think the biggest thing would be, you know, me and my wife, we have a heart for the homeless community, so it'd be able to help them, but holistically. You know, a lot of people just give out food, give out blankets, stuff like that, but you know, every single person has a different problem. So being able to help you know, people that are homeless, it's kind of difficult because you kind of have to assess each case by case. You know, some people may have mental issues, some people may have addictions, some people just, you know, maybe have lost documents, so you know, they can't get a job or whatever. So so there's a myriad of different things. Tackling that issue is definitely something that weighs on our hearts.
Yo, my man, I appreciate having you with us today on the Wild Plug. It is really an honor. It will be able to open a lot of doors for the Christian rappers, you know, to come and check us out and hopefully to interview them. Because also, you know, there's a new concept coming. You know, I can't talk about it that much, but stay tuned and you will find out.
Thank you so much to the Wild Plug Show for having me on this interview. This has been really awesome, and super awesome to be able to speak in this space. Obviously, I don't know everything about this space, but I do keep an ear out and I do watch, and so I know a little bit of what's going on in the space, and so thank you so much for letting me be a voice and speak up a little bit for the CHH community, and then also for you know, the genre rap that I'm doing. I call it cinematic rap. It's not really been named a genre yet, but I just want to say thank you. Please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but merci la mif.
You know how it is. The Wild Plug, AK Studio. I'm out.